Market bubble. See how that's looking. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Wow, market was all over the place today. Hey, some nice gains of the SPY puts. Nice. That's what's up. What SPY puts did you get? What's up, Java? What's going on? Just messing with the mic right now. How's the volume? Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah. Alright, got the mic set up. 435, 10, 11. Yo, risky dicky. That's today. Super risky dicky, but it looked like it paid off. We hit 434 at the end of the day. Huge move to the downside. What's up, Kip? Spendo, how you doing? Let's take a look at the market today. Kind of weird. FCX moved up today. It's probably a shorting opportunity here because if the market is going down, the dollar is going up. There's no reason for commodities to be up, so that should be going down. Wind group is seeing some recovery. Oil as well. It's kind of odd in that sector too. A lot of mix, man. A lot of mix. So a lot of things that are down. A lot of things that are up. Southwest Airline got wrecked today with like their workers being off and stuff. They had to cancel a lot of flights. Etsy going downside. T-Mobile continue to die, and Gap as well getting wrecked. Wow, AT&T got smashed today. Amazon too. So we saw a lot of good setups on Friday, a lot of bullish setup to the upside, but then they got wrecked, man. They're going downhill. A lot of the financial sectors seeing like a reversal to the downside as well. Let's check out the earnings side. Let's see if we have any earnings for today. What's up? Good afternoon, Mario. Horace, how you doing? Depressing? Just buy puts then. Buy puts. Short the market. Short the market, Spindle. Don't let depression get to you. Beat the depression. Oil and steel did well. Interesting. Interesting. Let's check out the earnings. No earnings today. It's Columbus Day. Happy Columbus Day. Hope you guys, if you guys have kids, probably had some good time to spend with the kids today. Hopefully you don't beat your kids around too much because the market is pooping and stuff. Got some big earnings tomorrow. Got Fastenal, which is like in the construction industry. And then we have Smart Global Holding, it's like a chip sector stock. Yo, what's up, Fiat World? And then Wednesday we got the banks starting out. So we got JP Morgan, Delta, BlackRock, First Republic Bank. So you got some of the banks hitting. You got Bank of America on Thursday, Wells Fargo, Citibank, Domino's looking for recovering that, Morgan Stanley, and TSM. So this week I will say I'm probably most bullish on TSM and Domino's for some recovery there. Closed out a lot of stuff in profit. Congratulations, good job. Yeah, I was a little worried. I mean, I start some long positions on late Thursday and Friday morning. So I don't know, you guys are here on Friday. You know, I was like having a little bit FOMO. I was like rushing to open put positions because I've shared this chart a few times on like Friday. So I was having some FOMO on Friday opening put positions because I was scared. Because we had this rejection, man. Look at this trend line, right? Kabam, bam, smack, right? And then some more smack here. And again with the other smack. You know, if Spy was a girl, I would say she liked getting smacked. That's true. TSM could potentially turn around the chip market. So, you know, we're seeing that reversal, like a lot of rejection here on the side. Smack it like it owe money. But yeah, so, you know, we got a lot of rejection. We're finding some support in this range. So like if I just extend this line over, right, you can kind of see it finding support there. So this line is like the top from October 3rd and October 5th. Those are, so you can see us finding some small support there, and we've been able to hold it a little bit, bounce off, hold it, you know, bounce off. So we'll see how that holds. But if it doesn't, like if it continues to break under there, then we could potentially see 426, you know, on SPY. That's an ideal target. I mean, I guess like it's an ideal target. I don't really want it, but I'm okay with it. You know, I'm okay with like getting it. So I hedged a little bit. I was having like massive FOMO. So if you guys saw me on Friday stream, it took me like 10 minutes to start the stream because I was having FOMO. I was like literally trying to buy the put contracts for SPY on Friday. And I was going to add a little bit today. But it was a spread, so it was like really hard to fill since it was a spread. So a spread is 2 contracts. and it was tricky, man. Oh shoot! Yeah, where you went to the Restoration Hardware restaurant? Which one? The New York one that I was talking about? In Manhattan? Said food was meh. Oh, in Dallas. What'd you get? What'd you get? Lobster roll and truffle fries. Dang, I thought you would get the steak, bro. Lobster roll. But yeah, I feel you. That it's probably not the best place for food because their prices aren't that even that high for the food, honestly. But the environment, like it's nice. It's alright. At least you can check it off the list. Be like, I done it. The ribeye was like 35, right? Oh, you don't do ribeyes? How come? It's too fatty? I feel you. I feel you. Sometimes, like, a lot of people love ribeyes, but sometimes I'm not a big fan of ribeyes too. I'm like, I like typically if I have the chance, I usually like get New York strip. A5 beef, bro, if you ever in it. That's true, bro. If you really want fat, get the get the A5. Get the Wagyu. Yo, you guys ever hear like people eating so much Wagyu that they have stomach issues? You guys ever heard of that? Cause one time we went to this Wagyu place in New York, right? And oh man, I don't know how much we blew. I think we blew like $600, $700, right? On Wagyu steak, and we just got so much Wagyu, man. But I didn't even eat that much because I kind of hate like not too crazy about like fatty stuff. Like butter disgusts me, I guess it's like some of a mentality sometimes, but butter disgusts me sometimes. So but there's few exceptions. Like I wouldn't mind butter on the lobster roll, but just butter on the side would disgust me. So, but anyways, we got like so much Wagyu, man, and like everybody just shoving Wagyu down their throat, like it's so good Wagyu. And I'm just chilling there. I ate like a few pieces. I couldn't stomach it because it was just so fatty, man. It's just like if you guys eat like really really fatty like A5 Wagyu, it's like Wagyu. Wagyu is just like it's like melting a piece of butter in your mouth, bro. It's just like fat, man. It's just like so fatty. Fancy name like Wagyu. Melted butter is fire. So I guess to each their own, man. To each their own, right? So after eating like 3-4 pieces, yo, I could not do it. I couldn't do it. Like I just couldn't, man. I was like, yo, just give me some fries. I just ordered some truffle fries, and I just like ate fries for the rest of the night while everybody was like shoving their face with Wagyu. So then the next day, everybody is like messed up. Like they're like, yo, I think we got food poisoning. I don't know how we got food poisoning from like a $700 steakhouse, but I think we got food poisoning. Everybody is telling me like they're messed up, like they have stomach issues and stuff. They're like, yo, Ryan, you okay? I'm like, I'm good, man. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We went to a fancy ass restaurant. Everything looked legit. I don't know why you guys hurting. And everybody's like, everybody's like dying, right? They're like lying in bed. They think they got food poisoning. They got like a food virus because they couldn't move. Their stomach hurts and all that stuff. And then apparently, we learned that later on. Like apparently, we learned that later on that if you eat too much fat, your bodies can't your bodies can't handle it. So I think one of you guys said it here before, right? Must be an American thing. Wagyu stomach aches. Enzyme. It's lube for your colon. Huh? What's this? What is it called? Yeah, Mizu, you gotta try some Wagyu, man. Just shove it. It is, right, hungry? It does get sickening. So you gotta take this ahead of time? Is that what it is? But like, why do they serve you so much Wagyu if they know people can get sick from it? Like, don't you like? I don't get it. Like they know they're serving like 99% fat. Why don't they just at least like warn people, let people know? That's so weird, man. Oh, that's true. That's true. Interesting. If only we talked to you guys before we went there, would have been a whole different experience. Would have been so fucked up from it. What's up, Ravi? What's going on? Check out HYLN. Sure. Let me bust out the list. Alright, so setting up the chart list. This is the week of October 11th. So if you guys have a stock that you guys wanted to check out, let us know. Put on here, and we'll take a look at it, and then I'll share the spreadsheet with you guys so you guys can check it out later on as well. Should we start with SPY today? I feel like the SPY chart kind of belongs on this. Let me put the SPY chart. What's up, Ian? What's going on? So we got requests for Nike. We got requests for, what's that? IONQ? Yeah, a lot of blood today. A lot of blood. Of course, Sully, you can't edit the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is just for you to copy and paste the link. It's not for you to edit. What if somebody's come here and they just go like this, boom, and they delete everything? You so silly, man. Alright, let's check out the first one. Where did my Bazinga go? So we got CCL, we got Chewy. Nice, nice. Is the music just changing by itself? All right, let's check out HYLN. Check out this Highland company, man. Where? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at Highland. Oh my god, Kip says that it's not even a bag anymore, it's an entire dumpster. Damn, Ravi said he got smoked in this. Who hasn't gotten smoked in this, bro? I feel you, man. I think everybody got smoked in this. Alright, so we got some support over here. It just broke too. What the hell? Can't even hold a support, man. Cause like I got the entire Staten Island on my shoulders, bro. Oh my gosh. Why did it drop so hard today? Insider selling. Three electric vehicle stocks under $10 that Wall Street Bets predict will rally by more than 55%. They got it downgraded to $5 from some firm. God damn. Let's check it out. Oh, it's not bad. I thought it was like $5 already, boys, but it's still like $6.90. Yo, I thought it was like $5, man. Thought it was like dead. I see it. So this morning, Highland shares are trading lower after UBS downgraded the stock from neutral to sell and lower its price targets from $14 to $5. Oh, why? Why? I mean, I'll be honest with you, I bought this before. I still have like 200 shares from like $10 cost average a while back. And it's the name of the game, man. A lot of these special acquisition stocks, they've been going on these downhill moves. And we lost that big support. So this was the support that we like, you know, we held from April. We held it again in May, you know, and got blessed back to $13. And then we came back and we held that support again, right? In like mid-August. But now that we're finally breaking under that support, it's gonna find the next leg down. So kind of like over here, like last time when you know, when it found that support multiple times in that range there, and then it finally broke down. It's, you know, it next leg down to the next level. So I will say, honestly, bro, um, Ravi, your best case, like depending on how big your bag is and how heavy it is, and how much you believe in the company. If you believe in the company, you like the company, and you believe in their vision, um, your best case here is wait for it to find the bottom, wait for it to, find some support. And by finding support, you want to see it drop to the point where it doesn't drop as much anymore, and it sets up like a little bit reversal pattern like it did over here. And then you just dollar cost average, man. Dollar cost average, and add a little bit of a bigger position, and as long as you believe in the company, you think it's gonna do well and come back up. That's all you could do, man. But in terms of technical wise, I think it could possibly do the same thing that it did in March. So be a little careful. Be ready for that. Alternatively, you can also sell cover calls against it too. If you want to hedge it a little bit, like not lose as money and things like that. So that's all I can say, man. That's all I can say for it. Looks like it do the same thing it did in March 4th. Good luck, man. Oh, Weibo doesn't allow cover calls? Damn, what a scam. OBLG, I got you, my brother. What else we got? DD. Oh, DD, that big dumpster. Yo, wasn't DD the stocks that started like this whole downfall? Like, I swear, I'm pretty sure it was the DD IPO that started the whole like downfall of like the China stock market. Like, it started the whole downfall of all the China stocks, if I remember correctly. Kip said because they took a big short position properly, realizing they couldn't make money. I think it'd be long. Yeah, next earnings, they gotta show what's up. Check out Nike next. Nah, PRC stopped. Oh, you mean like when they stopped the IPO of Ant? That was when all the China stocks fell. Yeah, that's true. That was the other time when all the China stock fell. Party City stockholder. Welcome back. Indeed, indeed. Hopefully, Uber could use the help too, because if DD turns it around, Uber will go up too, because Uber has a decent sized stake in the company that they exchanged for a while back. So Nike, ever since the news like of the factory and the ER situation came out, they've been on this downward slope. So a lot of rejection on this trend line here. So we got 3 rejections already. We had a nice bounce off the support here. So I think that was like one of the gap areas too, or prior, like, or the after gap area, if I remember correctly, something like that. Oh, this line is drawn from the, not from the gap. This is a huge gap right here that hasn't been filled yet. I'm still waiting for this gap to fill, but this line is actually drawn from January, February, and March. So it's drawn from the tops, like this quad. What's 5? What's the word for like 5x? What's after quad? I don't even know, but this like 5 topper, this 5x top, you know, over here. So here, right? So they didn't even draw this here. Quin, this Quin top. You know, thank you for that. Penta? Which one is it, man? Nah, Penta is like 8, right? Isn't it? Or more? Oh, Penta is 5. You're right. Quintuplet. It would be Penta. Yes. So then anyways, you know, we had that top there. So that was like pretty good resistance a while back, and then we gapped above that resistance. So it kind of makes sense a little bit that when the stock came back down, it found support at this, you know, at this hardcore resistance that was here for a while back, you know. So the next level I'm looking for it to break is that if it gets the rejection from here, if it hits here and then just kind of rejects, I don't think that support is going to hold anymore. I think that support is going to break through, and next level I'm looking for is for it to come back down and fill this gap all the way at like 135. Makes me almost kind of want to get like maybe like $140 puts at this range for like January, because I feel like it's bound to fill. Like that's 3 months, you know, like it's bound to fill in like 3 months. I think I feel like that's enough time, man. Let me see, man. Mikey, how could it not? What is my target? Target is 135. You open a position at 147 at long. Whoa. So it says if I bought a put, it would cost like $1,100, 82% return on risk. If I do a bear put spread, I could get 128% return on risk. But it's hella expensive. That means I would probably want to short it. Why it says I want to short it for 160? I don't want to do that. Short it from 150 to 135. Yeah, it would cost like $495. It just goes to show these algorithm kind of sucks. Like, you still need the human perspective. I remember you asking me about Nike last week, so that was a good long from this range. You long from this line too, right? Because I remember you asking me about it. So that's a good area to long. This is a good area to take profit. The 153 area particularly is a good area to take profit. I mean, if you want to take it a little bit further and you want to, like, you know, dead smack it over here, 154, 155, that's also a good area to take profit, because it was so beat up last week that it was, you know, bound to, like, it had to bounce because the RSI was just so beat up. You know, RSI was on the bottom. I think I mentioned a little bit about that too. So that's why sometimes you don't want to short like a dead cat. You don't want to kick the dead horse, because it's like, it's bound to bounce a little bit, you know, if it gets so beat up. That's what you call the dead cat bounce. So 153 to 154 area is a good area to take profit. Could it go further? Yeah, probably. But, you know, the risk reward isn't there anymore. So that's the chart for that. I hope that helps. Let's take a look at IONQ. What is this? A lot up, down. Did they just IPO or something? No, they didn't just IPO. This is a special acquisition stock that just finished the merger with a special acquisition. So Ian, you know how before we just looked at this other stock, Highland? Qualcomm? I got you, yeah. Add it to the list. So despite the good stuff like quantum computing, track records of innovation deployment, a lot of good things here, man. Like this ideally would be like the investment of the future. This is like based on the wording, based on the thing they're saying, like I don't see how this wouldn't succeed in the future, right? This sounds like something that this sounds like one of those Motley Fool videos. $1,000, you know, if you had just invest $1,000 in IONQ, you know, in 10 years you would have $100,000. That's pretty much what I think of this company. You know, it's cool and stuff, but the other thing is, I do know that a lot of these special acquisition stocks, there's a lot of BS behind it. There's a lot of big projection, you know, that they tend to over project. So a lot of these stocks that comes through the SPAC mergers, the SPAC mergers, they usually have a valuation of 5 years ahead already. So let's say they just finished this merger and acquisition in 2021 of October, right? They have already priced in at $10 price point how the company was going to do by 2025. So investing in it at that $10 mark or whatever mark it was prior to the merger, that's already like a very high price point. I think from what I've seen, a lot of these companies typically go back down to around $5. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of short sellers are heading it, because it's a very successful strategy. If you look at it, almost every stock that finished the SPAC merger, almost every single stock that finished the SPAC merger, it's done this exact pattern. I kid you not, it's done this exact pattern. Spike up before the merger to $11 to $12, in this case $13. Spike up and then came back down. It's almost so consistent that it's like, why isn't anybody shorting it? So like another example would be like Money Lion. They just finished a merger recently. This is a great example to that theory. So they chopped around $10. Prior to the merger, they spiked to $10.60 to $11, and then it came back to the $5 range. So yeah, so you're smart. You know, you obviously noticed it. It's a common theme. So that's why I would always advise a lot of people to be careful of the SPACs. A lot of these companies are interesting, and they could be potentially, you know, very good companies, but just watch out. You know, if you like them, try to pick them up around that $5 level. Otherwise, just be a little bit careful. If you want to risk playing the short squeeze, just remember, you know, it's a very risky dicky. So you can kind of draw the trend line from the top side here. And, if you want to look for breakouts or areas to take profit, because, you know, consider this top line as the resistance line. So if it like makes a lower low and then come back here, that's probably where you can take profit. So I'll put that on the list here. I hope that helps, man. CCL, let's take a CCL next. Because like at the end of the day, like my goal is to help you guys preserve capital, you know, so that at some point or another you guys will eventually be very successful and make money. So one of the things I'm trying to do is just educate people on SPACs and like, I don't want to see people get wrecked. I don't want to see people lose like money pointlessly, because for some of you guys, money is not easy to come by, right? So we got to preserve this capital, continue to build the wealth. All right, Spendo, take care. Indeed, kid. So Carnival has been having issues, like personally from the valuation perspective, I think they belong somewhere between the 10 to like $15 range. That's where I think they're worth. From like fundamental and valuation approach, I think that's where they're at. Obviously the stock is much higher right now. There's a lot of news going on. There's a lot of different factors. There's the whole situation with the whole COVID vaccine and everything, and that's been driving it up and down. So we saw a huge squeeze in a lot of these reopening stocks and things like that. But even with airlines right now, we're seeing that they're not as bullish as people think they are. They're not only getting squeezed by the COVID situation, they're getting squeezed by the labor shortage. So it's just so many factors, man. Like they just can't catch a break, man. Can't catch a break. But let's forget the technical. I mean, let's forget the fundamental side. Let's talk about technicals, right? The technical perspective, we have a rising trend line here. If you're bullish, this would be the area to buy. If you think this is gonna, if you think we're gonna see some recovery in the market, or we're gonna see some money rotate into the travel sector. I mean, winter is coming, so I don't know. But if you think, like the travel sector can get hot, if you think that, the vaccine plays are an opportunity here, then we could see some recovery here. So watch for that trend line. But if we break under the trend line here, so this trend line is at 23.40s. So if we fall under 23, chances are we're gonna climb back down again. And I think naturally at some point or another, I believe we're gonna climb back down to that $13 level. I don't know when, but I believe that the market itself will eventually find the correct valuation for this. So that's on Carnival, 23.4 area. I see some support near the 23.4 area. If that doesn't hold, further. So good luck with that trade. I hope that helps. Check out Chewy. I think Spindle is looking long on this position. She's praying for some recovery. She's looking for that candle to hit the VWAP. But it's breaking. It's breaking a little bit on the support here. It's looking a little bit iffy. Chewy has been dying for God knows how long. For like a whole month. Chewy's been dying since September. After that last earning, hasn't done that great. Couldn't find support at all. So it's just been running down and down. I think the only thing that's really could save Chewy is next earnings, man. In December. That's probably gonna be the next catalyst. As we break down the support, I think it could potentially keep going. Next level is, I don't know. Next level, got small level at 59. Maybe at 51s. Shoot. I hope not. Spendo's gonna get wrecked if this happens. But that is a possibility. DCA at 51. That's all I can tell you. Dollar cost average at 51. Alright, what's next? Fedex. Check that out. I thought Fedex was finding some recovery last time, but no recovery. Very hard company to draw a support line at because there isn't really much support between this range and this range. Since it just like it just like started running like $1, $2 every day, so it's very hard to find support when it does things like that. One of the next level we're looking for is maybe like 207 and 188. There's really no reason why Fedex was selling off so much because they had a pretty decent quarter. They said, orders are coming in like crazy and things are still very, very hot. The only problem is they don't have the workers to fulfill their needs. So that's why it kind of dropped a little bit. Let me see. RSI is already high, so chances are it's probably gonna next leg down at this point because RSI is already getting topped out. If RSI was like already beat up, there could be another possibility for a bounce, but it's probably gonna set up for a next leg down. Are you guys bearish or bullish on it? What was that? CP? OBLG. What is this OBLG company? Multi-stream collaboration technology and managed service for video collab and network stuff. For Cisco. Are they looking at stocks? It looks like they're looking at stocks, yo. What is this? Ethereum. Okay, that's kind of weird. It's an interesting company. Not much short right now, only less than 1% shorted. Price to sale is 2.5. Tangible book value is at 39 cents. It's a tech company. Valuation could get crazy if it wants. So got a little bit trend line right now. I think could see some buying opportunity at $1.48 if it continued to value the trend line. and keep bouncing off the bottom of it. But if it breaks, it can break back down to like 90 cents area. Interesting company. Next support 148, resistance 218. Hope that helps. Alright, let's check out DD. Who was it that asked about this DD? Oh, I mean, look at it from this perspective, right? At least DD is finding support at the $8 level. Oh, not $8. This is what, $7? $7.20. At least DD is having support at $7.20. Is it DD or Die? So it's finding some support there. As long as that holds, you're pretty good. Let me see. No. So I got this little range here for you. I keep buying the dip. So it was David that asked me. He's like, keep buying the dip on DD, but hoping it's done dipping. I feel you, brother. I feel you, man. That's all you can do. If you believe in the company and you like the company, as a long-term investor, I would advise you to keep averaging down, you know. But yo, definitely, please, man, definitely take some profit if it comes back to this $10 area. Sean said, I decided not to trade Chinese companies and also blacklist the MU. Dang. Blacklist the MU, yeah. I feel you. Sometimes that's what you gotta do, man. I mean, there's so many stocks to trade. Why bother, right? Why bother trading the stuff that you don't like? There's so much opportunities. Like, the selections are endless. But DD looks like it's been doing this move pretty well. It's finding support on the bottom of the line here, which is the $7. And it's been having a little bit trouble breaking above the $10 area. So if you got, you know, if you cross average between $7 to $8 and it comes back to the $10, whatever shares that you bought down here, sell that up here, you know? And then if it comes back to like $18 and you have shares from like $11, you good. You can hold on to those. That's how I would play it. You don't have to be out with everything, you know, at like 12. Just like sell the ones that you got at the lows at this level here, because it looks like this is some of the level that has been struggling at the last few times. So chances are support 720. Oh, you have February call options that you've been cross averaging down. So Vanity asks, what's your thought on SOXL semiconductor ETF? So we got two tickers we're gonna look up. We're gonna look at Qualcomm and XOXL. So anyways, that's the thought on DD. I hope that helps, man. Good luck. Oh snap, up to 40? Shoot. What's up, Turbo Laxative? I got you. Last one, man. Last one. So you made it. That was gonna be the last ticker for the day. I'm gonna look at SOXL and Qualcomm. I mean, in a way, I feel like we didn't drop enough on the semiconductor ETF. Kind of like the Qs, I feel like semiconductor ETF has been like hasn't really had that big of a drop while the whole market was dropping really hard last week. So we could potentially see some move further down. Over here, we did lose that yellow line support. We tried to break back above it, didn't happen, coming back down a little bit. So if market remains bearish, it will most likely come back down a little bit further in terms of semiconductor ETF. But we do have catalyst this week, and this is gonna be the big one because this is the mother of all semiconductors, right? TSMC, they're like one of the biggest like chip makers in Asia, if not like the whole world, you know. So they're gonna have earnings Thursday morning before market open, and curious to see what they say, what their guidance is, what the shortage is looking like, what's the backlog, you know, and and what's the progress on like their factories and how they're gonna deal with this whole situation. So, you know, if what they say is good or improving, you know, if they say like, yeah, I understand we have shortage, but we're dealing with the situation, we have been able to you know, made our output more efficient, we're doing a great job with it, and we're getting like Apple and AMD's chip order out as fast as we can, and everything's on schedule, then all is well, right? If they say things like that, then all is well. But if they say like, oh snap, we're screwed, we got like we have like double the increase of back order and things are so backed up now, and we got labor shortage and China is about to destroy our factory, we don't know what to do, it's over, then you know, gonna see a Black Thursday, you know, the market's gonna crash. So it really depends on them. It really depends on what they're gonna say and the guidance of that. So yeah, that's true. And there's also the whole, you know, the whole shortage over there too, right? So the whole like energy crisis. So it really depends on them. I think it's not a bad idea to hedge because chances are it's not looking good. Like chances are it's not looking good. I probably lean a little bit more to the bearish side. Even though I did long some TSM, I was looking for earnings run up, but things looking a little bit scary, man. You know. So there's that. So this is not exactly SOXL. This is SMH. I picked SMH because SOXL is the 3-time ETF, and sometimes 3-time ETF has natural decay, so the chart is a little bit harder to chart out. This is the regular one, so it doesn't have that decay. So I hope that helps. Let me look at Qualcomm as well, but I would probably say the answer is very similar. You know, Qualcomm is also another semiconductor company. You know, we're at a good level. We're at a good level, so it's like I guess you can even consider this whole area a demand zone, right? Demand zone is where like people could potentially buy the stock, right? Where people look for opportunity to buy. I would say this whole area is a demand zone right here between this 121 to 125 area. So obviously, if it's in the demand zone and you're bullish, you go long. You go long here. If you're bearish, you go short here, expecting a breakdown. So it really depends on how you feel, whether you have, you know, maybe you guys have the insider information that you know what's gonna happen with the semiconductor company, or sometimes you just gotta go with your guts, yo. Just gotta go with your guts. If you feel good about it, go for it, you know. Impulse decision. But I mean, I will also say that if you're gonna go long, please buy enough time. Please go like 1 month out, right? if you're gonna go long here, please at least get like November, you know, calls and stuff, so you don't get burned as badly. I'm looking at the stock and 11, 19, 140 calls. Within reasonable bounce, because if it recovers, we're probably gonna come back to 138. So looks good. You look good, man. It looks good. And like I said multiple times before, man, fortune favors the bold. So despite what I'm saying here, what I'm worrying about, sometimes, you know, if you got the balls and you feel it, you know, feel right, and you're right, it's gonna pay out. It's gonna pay out good. Kind of like SoFi, man. Like shit. I think we were looking at SoFi last week. October 6th, we looked at this, right? It was at a good area. It was sitting at the support. You know, on Friday it came back down at the support of that trend line somewhere around here. Let me see, where did it hit on Friday? So Friday, you know, it came back, hit the support around here, and is this trend line different? So, you know, we came back, hit that support, and then today, beast, you know, like just big dildo move over, right? So it made that beast move up. I was too scared to do it because market was kind of bearish. Market was looking sus. So I didn't have the balls to make the move, but for those of you guys that did, it paid off. It was a good buy at the support area, and obviously it bounced off the support area because it was a good area to buy. But I just didn't feel right with the market sentiment, so I didn't get in. But we did talk about the play. If you guys got in, it paid off well. So now I'm looking for a firm to come back down. Maybe we can come back again. If a firm can come back again, I definitely get in. 110, 108 area. Come to Bobby. Alright, let's check out the last one, Val. What is Val? Iron company, right? Iron ore, if I remember correctly. So I had the trend line drawn already. This is a support I drawn all the way from January 2020. So previously it was a resistance, right? So if the stock price is above the line, then the line is support. If the stock price is below the line, it's a resistance. So as of right now, the stock price is above the line. So that means this is a support line. Now this line up here was a previous support line here, but now that the stock price is under, this is now the resistance line. So as you can see, it's played out pretty well. It bounced off this line that we drew from last year. If you're bullish, look for the move back up here, you know, to test that $16 range. But a little bit iffy right now with the whole dollar move and things like that. So if you think the dollar is going down, then the whole mineral sector is gonna go up. Everything from copper, iron, steel, gold, silver, corn, wheat, sugar, lumber, natural gas, crude oil, everything, right? But if the dollar remains strong, you know, causing a deflation, everything's gonna go down. So, I mean, and obviously the other factor is the commodity issue, like shortage of supplies, and a lot of these mining companies are having problems with that. Especially with COVID, a lot of these mining companies are getting wrecked because I've been investing in mining companies. I'm trying to catch the move back up, but a lot of them are getting wrecked. I've been following the earnings reports, and a lot of these mining companies aren't making as much money. They aren't mining as much minerals because of the COVID is mandating them not to work. It's not allowing them to mine. So it's a little bit iffy, man. A little bit iffy there. Yeah, naturally the dollar should be dropping naturally. So good area here, 1357. Where did you get in at? Let me check some of the commodity stuff. Gold, silver, etc. Damn, so you're investing in a lot of commodities then. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. Let me show you something. So I think gold and silver is a little bit okay right now, but I think a lot of these other mining companies like copper and iron, I think they might be in for like a little surprise. So I think we might be looking at something like this. So you see like over here, gold hit that top a while back at August 2020. It's been on this downtrend move, right? Kind of in this downward pattern because the expected move has already happened. And and you know, they're like the hedge funds and the money makers, they've been like, you know, keeping this down. Naturally these should be going up a lot higher, but they've been keeping this down, pushing down. So we're seeing a lot of move down in a lot of the commodities lately. So that was gold. We're looking at silver right now. Copper is still like pretty strong, so that's why FCX is still pretty strong. But if you look at some of the other commodities like soybeans, they've been going in down slope. Same thing with corn, coming on this down slope, setting up almost a head and shoulder pattern. And then we even have like lumber, that was one of the craziest commodities that kind of like, you know, came back down really hard, setting up that bigger head and shoulder now. So it's about to get a smackdown here too. So I think a lot of the commodity could potentially follow this situation where it's gone up so much it could have a little correction coming back down. So a little bit scared on that, but ideally they shouldn't be. Ideally they should be going up because dollar is losing value. If the dollar is losing value, commodities should be more valuable. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna end it here for today. We'll be back here tomorrow to check out some of the other earnings reports like Smart Global Holdings and Fastenal. And then Wednesday we got some interesting stuff, man. So thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out, and have a good night. Take care.